So a few years ago, one of the wildest scandals on this platform was the implosion of the Try Guys caused by self-proclaimed sweetheart Ned Fulmer.
Hi, I'm Keith.
I'm Ned.
I'm Zach.
I'm Eugene.
And we're the Try Guys.
The Try Guys, in case you somehow missed it, were this squad of so-called dudes who were all working under the YouTube powerhouse BuzzFeed. After each built their own following on the platform, they teamed up to launch the Try Guy series back in 2014. And it became one of the most successful shows under the entire BuzzFeed umbrella.
Today, I'm trying on women's underwear.
Not just any ladies, though. Victoria's Secret underwear.
We're taking a Kim Kardashian butt photo.
We're trying on ladies' Halloween costumes.
I like looking at them on women, but I do not want to see that on myself.
So profitable, in fact, that after 4 years running the show, they bailed from the nest and found even bigger success doing the exact same thing on their own channel, pulling in billions of views across more than 1,000 uploads. And let me be honest with you, just like with BuzzFeed overall, I have no clue who the hell was watching that crap.
In April, I left my job at BuzzFeed after working there for 4 years. The next day, I started a company with my 3 best friends.
A little more intense.
Oh!
We're going to the salon and getting our nails did.
We have to get drunk.
Yes, legally too drunk to drive a car.
Look at all those liver spots. What makes liver spots happen? Too much fried chicken?
But I cannot deny they were stacking cash, damn it. But then, of course, this clown, Ned, went and wrecked the whole operation. You see, Ned had been branded for years as the wife guy of the Try Guy crew, which, let's be real, does not exactly scream excitement.
My wife, 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 my wife.
Do you ever think I talk about my wife too much?
Oh. Yeah.
Keith is telling the truth.
He was basically the Chance the Rapper of YouTube. And when he got caught out in public making out with a co-worker from their company, a woman featured in multiple videos who also personally knew his wife at the time, that was game over. But the tears, I am not scared to tell the truth, even if it stings.
I don't have a problem telling the truth even if it hurts.
Remember, not only was Ned married, but he also had a whole family with this woman, Ariel.
Maybe Wes will have a kid someday. Maybe we'll have grandkids.
I hope we have grandkids.
I hope we have grandkids.
We really are though. Like,
Yeah, it is pretty nice.
It's kind of nice.
With the new Comfort Habersberger technology.
How somebody can be dumb enough to crap where they make their living like that. I honestly do not know the dude was so reckless that he felt fine cheating in public. I mean, that is next level stupidity. And to top it all off, it was the Reddit detectives. On the Try Guys subreddit, who were the ones ringing the alarm bells? In short, the entire mess turned into a total PR and HR disaster for the Try Guys, and Ned lost his full stake in the company and got booted from the channel instantly.
Ned Fulmer is no longer working with the Try Guys. By now, we're assuming you've seen the Reddit threads and TikToks and tweets and news articles.
On Labor Day weekend, multiple fans alerted us that they had seen Ned and an employee engaging in public romantic behavior.
This is something we took very seriously.
Like, if you are going to grab something on the side, maybe some mashed potatoes, maybe some mac and cheese, do not be snacking out of the break room. Bro, obviously this cost him and the rest of the guys millions of dollars, and they had zero choice but to publicly separate themselves from a man who had been their friend for over 10 years and was clearly a massive piece of their brand.
It's weird. We're sorry that this ever happened, and we don't know what more to say.
So after everything blew up, Ned basically turned into public enemy number 1. He vanished from the internet overnight. You had Try Guys fans metaphorically marching in the streets, flipping tables. All right? Maybe not literally, but he was getting absolutely torched in comment sections across the digital world.
Everyone was shocked when they heard it was Ned who cheated on his wife. Because this man, with everything he said, treated her like an angel, viewed her like a goddess. And yet, he was tempted by the forbidden fruit.
And the group did try to push forward. I mean, even today they are still uploading, but a lot of viewers felt like it was never truly the same. You know, it was like biting into those Little Debbie cupcakes. Once they started loading them with chemicals, like the satisfaction just was not hitting anymore. Something felt off.
And for you, the fans, this has been deeply shocking and sad. You feel like there was a level of trust that you had with us as your favorite hashtag non-toxic boys. Now you have all these questions of, was it always a lie? Can I even go back and watch the old videos? what, it feels like a death, not in that dramatic of a sense, but of a loss of something that you loved and you thought you knew, and now it is potentially forever tainted.
And now, after staying out of the spotlight for the last 3 years, this guy has spent 3 months attempting the worst comeback of all time. And it really kicked off when he decided he wanted to host a podcast. And the way he introduced it was by bringing his ex-wife on as the very first guest, because apparently she had not been humiliated enough the first round. No, he had to squeeze her one more time for his own selfish benefit. In short, the podcast was one of the most painfully awkward watches ever, something they admit almost immediately.
Feels weird. Feels a little awkward.
Yeah. Back in a podcasting room.
Yeah.
I'm on the verge of like standing up and walking out of this room. Absolutely.
Same.
I'm like, what the hell am I doing?
Now, she does not sugarcoat how brutal it was to be dragged so publicly into that mess by the person she was meant to trust the most.
Just because you go to a Taylor Swift concert together doesn't mean that you're, that all is forgiven. And you're
People ask me, like, do you forgive Ned for what he did? And I mean, the answer is no. Absolutely not. Fuck no.
It's hard to hear you saying like, fuck no, I don't forgive you. Like, of course I get platonic friendship, and then, it's just been challenging. But like, I think we're getting to a point of sort of celebrating that and really like embracing it and accepting it for what it is.
And it is unbelievably uncomfortable when he tries to frame the tiny victories of their new platonic friendship, as he calls it.
We've recalibrated our relationship more towards a platonic friendship, and then, it's just been challenging. But like, I think we're getting to a point of sort of celebrating that and really like embracing it and accepting it for what it is.
And usually both I and most of the audience honestly could not care less if some random internet personality cheats on their partner. But the whole branding of him as this devoted wife guy who willingly plastered his marriage everywhere just to boost his career and social clout, that is exactly why people see this entire saga as painfully ironic and completely screwed.
But even like going out in public with like my kids or just going out to dinner or something like that,
yeah.
I feel like the only thing that people see is the scandal.
And the fact that this sneaky little rat was dragging her into it again, that really did not land well with viewers, because obviously they still have to stay connected since they share children. So to me, he is straight up taking advantage of her grace all over again. And you can tell this whole disaster basically torched her life. Like, even now, it genuinely seems like it still weighs on her.
Like, I couldn't trust anybody. I couldn't trust the public. I couldn't trust you. I couldn't trust my friends. I just stayed inside, because there were cameras everywhere.
Because going through a cheating betrayal like that is already brutally difficult to process. But when the entire internet is dissecting it, and strangers are tailing your car to couples therapy while paparazzi camps outside your home.
Found out about your affair from the fans. I mean...
And the whole time Ned kind of frames it like they were equals in the fallout, like it was just this random event that hit them both and he was not the one who detonated it, describing himself getting some punani on the side as an addictive spiral of rationalizations he just could not escape from.
There was a lot of sort of delusions and rationalizations that you, as the person doing that, sort of are telling yourself, like, I've been hurting this person that I love this whole time.
You didn't realize until then?
Well, but then there's other things you tell yourself to kind of sort of compartmentalize, or I guess. It's like a addictive cycle, kind of.
And near the end of the hour-long episode is when Ned finally lays out his master plan to creep his grimy little toes back into the content arena. And he even pulls the title, The Rock Bottom Podcast, straight from her in that exact moment.
There's one thing I noticed is that people really seem to care about the train wreck that I caused.
Would you say that that was your rock bottom? Have you hit your rock bottom? Or do you think?
I hope so, yeah.
So not only did she help build his original career storyline, but on the comeback, she hands him this polished pitch while basically naming the show for him too. Everyone screws up, some of us catastrophically, but what happens after? Rock Bottom is a series that dives into people's lowest, most humiliating and difficult chapters, featuring raw, uncensored talks with comedians, creators, writers, and public figures. We break down how they not only endured it all, but rebuilt their lives. So yeah, this constant attempt to cast himself as the wounded party keeps rolling. Like, bro, you engineered your own rock bottom by being unbelievably reckless. Nobody feels sympathy for the guy who boots himself in the balls and then whines about it years later. Either way, he has dropped an episode of this circus every single week for 3 months straight, and each one pulls in less and less attention. And most of the people who even click are clearly there just to flame him in the comments or laugh with the crowd celebrating his botched comeback tour. I mean, these viewers have their boot planted on Ned's throat, and they are not easing up. Ned, go clock into a regular 9 to 5 like everyone else. Your run as a public personality is finished. What you did is gross, and what makes it worse is watching you respawn online, packaging your own screw-ups. As if they were some epic tragedy. You are not a victim, you are not redeeming yourself, you are not even charming. Quick reminder, this used to be Ned's wholesome family channel. He ran it with Ariel before the cheating scandal blew up. Now he has the nerve to morph it into something only he controls. The audacity on this slime ball is wild. Basically, nobody is gaining anything worthwhile from this show. I tried grinding through a couple episodes, and as a host, he is painfully dull. This was actually something his ex-wife straight up called him out on when he said this was going to be his new path.
Maybe I can, because of what I've gone through and my past, like connect with people and empathize with people. What?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just. You think you're interesting enough?
No, I don't.
So yeah, the podcast is absolute trash. We all get that, but somehow he managed to pivot and do something even more humiliating by trying to revive his personal YouTube channel. Basically, he is attempting to recreate the Try Guy format solo over there. So he clearly filmed a stack of videos ahead of this so-called comeback. And honestly, it might be the largest flaming heap of garbage I have ever watched.
Hey guys, welcome to my new channel. Here we go.
Oh, that is so good.
Each week, we'll be dropping videos that focus on curiosity, empathy, and comedy. I'll be pushing my body and mind to the limit. So join our community and hit subscribe for more videos that make you curious. See you next week.
Anything for your art though, right?
Anything, but we must sacrifice for art.
And he might be the least funny loser, trying to seem compelling on the entire platform.
I'm gonna learn everything it takes physically to be a wrestler.
Yeah, very good.
And emotionally.
Don't hurt me.
When do we get to put on the fluffy vest?
I got the noodle sweats.
I got 4 cats, and I walk them every day. And when I'm in the ring, I'm gonna make you a little kitty. Meow, meow, meow.
Yes. Sweet, sweet flakes of ghost pepper. Oh.
It's so cool.
You know, the entire vibe feels like it has the production quality and aesthetic of a series that might have popped off on BuzzFeed more than 10 years ago. Even back then, that style was not something I personally clicked on, but today it feels painfully outdated and almost prehistoric.
Today I'm going to be eating and ranking some of the most iconic tacos in Los Angeles.
Today I'm learning how to train dogs in agility courses. Which country has the best noodles?
There is only one way to truly cleanse the palate. A familiar and affordable dose of American mass-produced commercial mediocrity. Taco.
And the most humiliating part of this circus is that Ned is very obviously padding both the views and subscribers on his channel. 1.1 million views, 600 likes, 1 million views, 878 likes, 347,000 views, 960 likes. So yeah, the channel's engagement is an absolute mountain of donkey crap. I guess with that one upload, he slipped up and forgot to purchase the views because that number right there looks like the actual crowd still rage watching Ned. He tried the Try Guys knockoff format. He tried the rehearsed apologies. He tried fishing for sympathy, while also launching a dating show, a cooking show, and even some BuzzFeed-style reboot.
Ned will have 1 hour to make fresh pasta, shape the wheel, and flambe it for the judges. Hopefully he doesn't burn down the kitchen like he burned down his last relationship.
And none of it landed at all. People still cannot stand this guy while he pretends he is somehow self-aware and in on the joke. And like I said, not only do I think he is inflating views, I also believe he is juicing subscribers because once he started uploading again, the channel was bleeding subs fast. Then out of nowhere, he magically gains 13,000 in a single week, and ever since, the count has been quietly climbing again. Come on Ned, at least make it less blatant. People in the comments have already clocked the pattern. Bro forgot to buy likes and comments. So why exactly do you think you can wreck your closest friends and partners' lives and then compete with them by copying their blueprint?
Yes, I hear Ned Fulmer is back on YouTube. Some sort of a grotesque spectacle.
Overall, that is why I am calling this the worst comeback since Ellen dropped that painfully awkward comedy special. This might be the most unnecessary garbage of all time. From the podcast with the ex-wife to the podcast itself, and now this sad attempt to resurrect his old format, except this time solo, when absolutely nobody asked for the one-man version.
This is the pain you caused me.
But anyway, I genuinely want to know what you guys think about this failed comeback. Drop your opinion down below. One thing I will say is that at least Ariel seems to be doing far better now. She says she is earning a living through her art, so I absolutely give her credit for that. But yeah, I just wanted to bring you all up to speed on this entire mess. Let me know down in the comments if you used to be a Try Guys fan, if you were ever a Ned supporter back in the day, riding for the wife guy persona. Honestly, while researching this video and scrolling his Instagram, I was low-key shocked he even managed to pull a wife in the first place. Now I really want your take. Do you think there is any realistic pivot left in his career, or is he basically finished? Is there redemption here, or is this story cooked for good? If you made it this far, I appreciate you heavy. Make sure you smash that like button so more people see this video. Share it with anyone who remembers the scandal. And if you are new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next breakdown. This is Influence Circuit, and we break down the internet's biggest implosions without holding back.